Hey, what's up YouTube? Zombie here, and today I'm here with a deck profile for you guys, and that deck profile is going to be Battlin Boxers. Upon getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Trying to build up my collection and build a deck, one of the best options I came across was Battlin Boxers because they're cheap, they're actually pretty good. I mean, there are of course better decks out there, but Battlin Boxers was one of the easiest for me to create. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this started. First, we're going to start off with triple Battlin Boxer Glass Draw. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to read some of their effects. When this card is targeted for an attack, destroy this card. When this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one Battlin Boxer monster in your graveyard except Battlin Boxer Glass Draw. Add that target to your hand. This is really, really good to use for the card coming up next, which is Battlin Boxer Switch Hitter. I'm running 3 of those. And basically what this guy does is when it's normal, summon target a Battlin Boxer monster from your graveyard, special summon it, but I cannot special summon any monsters for the rest of the turn except for Battlin Boxer monsters. Okay, so for instance, if Glassjaw, got destroyed, got sent to the graveyard, and I've already used Switch Hitter's effect to pull out another monster, exceed summon, and he's back in the grave, you can use Glassjaw to get the Switch Hitter back. So that's really good, going hand in hand. Next up, we got triple Battlin Boxer Headgeared. What this does is when this card is normal summoned, you can send one Battlin Boxer monster from your deck to the graveyard. Once per turn, this phase of attack position card cannot be destroyed by battle. So it's good as just a line of defense to keep you from getting attacked directly. Pretty good if you ask me. And whenever you use him, you're going to want to use his effect to get a Glassjaw out. If it's later in the game or earlier in the game, you can use it to get out counter punch, which I will show in just a second. Next up, we got triple Battlin Boxer Sparer. If you control a Battlin Boxer monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you do, you cannot conduct your battle phase for the rest of this turn. So another thing that's just, it's okay to go with a Glassjaw Headgeared, to keep those synchro summons, or not synchro, but exceed summons going. If you summon Headgear, you got Sparer in your hand, or even with Glassjaw, or even I've gotten unlucky sometimes. I've had to, I've drawn Switch Hitter my first turn and had to go in with Sparer after that. It's just nice to have exceed summons going. I mean, it kind of kills your battle phase, but it's not that bad. Next up, we got what I was talking about, Battlin Boxer Counter Punch. I run 2 of these right here, and what it does is during the damage step of either player's turn, when a Battlin Boxer monster you control is attacking or being attacked, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. That monster gains 1,000 attack until the end phase, and you can only use the effect of this once per turn. So it's basically like Kalute the Moonshadow for Black Wings, but it's Battlin Boxers and it's only 1,000. Plus you can use this guy when he's in your graveyard as well, not just in your hand. The only drawback, you can only use him once per turn and he has to get banished after that. Next up, we got double Goblin de Burg. Pretty much whenever it's summoned, especially summon another level 4 or lower monster in face-up defense position. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a warrior, it goes great with those other exceed summons they're going to try and do. Next up, we got 1 Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos. I'm going to read this card off for those of you guys who don't know what it does. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish a total of 2 fire and or dragon type monsters from your hand and or graveyard, except this card. Special summon this card. During your opponent's end phase, if this card was special summoned, return it to the hand. You can discard this card and 1 fire monster to the graveyard, and then target 1 card on the field, destroy that target. If this card is banished, you can add 1 fire dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 Blaster Dragon Ruler of Inferno's effect per turn, and only once that turn. So basically, if you haven't noticed, all of the Battlin Boxers are fire. The only monsters I have in this deck that aren't fire are the Goblin de Burg, and one I'm about to show next. So it's really, really good for Battlin Boxers since they're all fire, or just anything that's fire in general. It's a good beat stick. It's just got good effects, really. Next up, final monster, Tragodia. Just because, I mean, why not, right? Next up, we got our spells. We've got triple Forbidden Lance, pretty standard. We don't have too many specific spells to run in this deck for Battlin Boxers. Triple Lance is just really good to run. Next up, we have triple MST, pretty standard stuff right there. Reinforcement of the Army, Foolish Burial to get that counter punch or Glassjaw. Mind Control, help with those exceed summons. Warrior Returning Alive. Every single monster in the deck is a warrior except for Tragodia or Blaster, so that's good. Okay, now here's where it gets a little weird. Rank up Magic Limited Barion's Force, or Barion's Force, whatever. Okay, target 1 rank 4 Exceed monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck 1 number C monster that is 1 rank higher than that monster you control by using it as an Exceed material. This special summon is treated as an Exceed summon. Exceed materials attached to that target also become Exceed monsters on the summoned monster. So if you can't tell by now, I'm going to be running this deck. When I get to the extra deck, I'll show you, but I run number 105, that Cestus Star Battlin Boxer, and the Chaos one as well. So this isn't always going to come in handy, but it's a nice fail-safe, if you will. Gold Sark, Dark Hole, pretty standard stuff. Okay, now for the traps. We've got double Fiendish. I was originally going to try and run 3 Fiendish, but I decided against that, you know. So after that, we got Call of the Haunted 2. Now, what I was thinking about doing before was just running 1 Call of the Haunted and 3 Fiendish instead, but I figured, you know, double Call, double Fiendish would be a little better consistency to get some of those monsters out. Plus, Call has actually really helped me whenever I'm trying to summon the number 105 Battlin Boxer Star Cestus, or whatever it's called. Can come really in handy. Next up, we got some more standard stuff. D-Prison, Mirror Force, Bottomless, Torrential, and Compulse. Just some really nice staples for this deck. Okay, next, let's get to the extra deck. Of course, if it's Battlin Boxers, you've got to run triple Lead Yoke. Okay, for those of you who don't know what this card does, it takes 2 level 4 Battlin Boxer monsters to summon. If a Battlin Boxer monster you control would be destroyed by battle or a card effect, that includes himself, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card instead of destroying one of those monsters. When an Exceed material is detached from this card, it gains 800 attack. So he's basically a Zen mains for Battlin Boxers, except, you know, he doesn't destroy anything afterwards, and he gains 800 attack afterwards. So that's pretty good for Battlin Boxers. I'm still surprised this guy's at 3, even with a new ban list. Figured he might have gone to 2 or 1. He's actually very good for Battlin Boxers. The key card, you want to get this guy out early if you can. If not 2, 3, just whatever. Next up, we got number 105, Battlin Boxer Star Cestus. Okay, needs 3 level 4 monsters. During either player's battle step, if a Battlin Boxer monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card. Negate the effects of the opponent's monster until the end of the turn. That monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from that battle. So, really good. Like if you're trying to get over something like Zen mains or Maestroke or whatever, that might just try to, you know, survive another turn, especially Zen mains. You can attack for the Zen mains. Oh, he's going to use his effect to save himself? No, you can detach a material, stop that from happening, get rid of the Zen mains or whatever else. Next up, we got number C105, Battlin Boxer Comet Cestus, and what this goes hand in hand with the limited variance force card. So this needs 4 level 5 monsters, or I'm not going to be summoning it that way. When this card destroys an opponent's monster or battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the destroyed monster's original attack. If this card has number 1 or number 105 as a material, it gains this effect. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card, then target 1 monster your opponent controls. Destroy it, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's attack on the field. So that's really good, considering you'd be able to get his effect 4 times. He's kind of a powerhouse, 2,800 right there, and even his defense being 2,000, so I'd say that's really good. It's another one of those cards that if you're lucky enough, you can get it out, but it's not something you want to rely on. Next up, more standard stuff for warriors. Double Blade Armor Ninja. It's got a lot of warriors, so why not? Double Utopia. Okay. Number C39, Utopia Ray. And I was thinking about running Utopia Ray V, but I decided against it. Excalibur, more standard stuff. Gaga Cowboy. That's just, it's good if you're going to finish somebody off. You know, if they only got 800 or less, might as well summon him, take him out. Maestroke, Sky Pegasus. And here comes one that I highly doubt is going to see much play, but it's one of those just-in-case things. Wind up Zen mains, you know, the only level 3 monster in here is Counterpunch, and you're obviously not going to want to summon that. But if the situation is right, you know, you can mind control an opponent's level 3 monster if you happen to have Counterpunch on the field, or you can get him out. It's just a nice backup to have. It's always good to have something that they wouldn't expect to use. So anyway, that does it for the deck profile. I hope you guys liked it, and if you have any suggestions as to how I can make this deck better, just let me know in the comment section below. PM me if you got any ideas. I'm always looking to improve decks, you know, get better at this game. So yeah, thanks for watching.